Hi, and welcome back to our podcast, My Sisters TBR. I'm Stacy.
And I'm Rebecca. We're two sisters co-hosting a bookish podcast
where we'll be talking about our past, current, and our future reads.
And everything in between.
Ta-da!
Oh dear. Okay, what do we have up first on the agenda?
Recap and discuss our reads.
Spoiler free.
Yes, spoiler free. I don't think we need to keep saying that, but we will.
Okay, so how many books have you read this month?
I have read 6 books this month.
Okay, you start first.
I start first. Ooh, okay.
Yep.
Well, technically, I guess 2 of these books I finished last month, but they were the very end of the month, so they didn't make it on last month's recap.
Okay.
It's this series by Amy Daws, and I skipped the first 2 books and started with the third.
Because why not?
Right? Like, chaotic. They're all standalone. I mean, they've got interconnecting characters. This one, I don't know why, I just gravitated towards it. It was recommended because it was a pregnancy trope. And, I mean, I won't say no to it, but it's not one that I actively seek out.
Yeah.
And the tagline just really got me. That awkward moment when an ER doctor has to inform you that you're pregnant with his baby. Right?
I remember you talking about this now.
I thought it was going to be cute. Okay, so I rated this one a 3-star. Just because it was a little on the lower quality side, but it was still really entertaining. So this one is about Lindsay Jones. 3 things Lindsay knows about the hot doctor. He's grouchy, an arrogant jerk, and strangely obsessed with pie. That's weird. But okay. 3 things Dr. Dick knows. He doesn't talk about his past. He doesn't do relationships. And that crazy girl in the hospital cafeteria who ate a fistful of French silk pie is annoyingly irresistible. After a chance meetup at a bar and a heated cab ride together, things come to a head. Now, instead of hating each other, they're horizontal in bed.
Oh, dear.
3 months later, the weird cafeteria stalker who crept out of Dr. Dick's house like a thief in the night winds up as his patient in the ER after her Tinder date from hell. Dr. Dick is prepared to keep it cool and professional, that is, until her blood work reveals that she's pregnant. What really throws him for a loop is that the surprise baby is his.
Okay, his name is Dr. Dick, or is this a nickname?
I think it's a nickname.
That just makes me feel weird. I don't know.
I do know that she was calling him that throughout the book as like a insult.
Okay, kind of like, okay, I guess kind of like the opposite of like McSteamy and McDreamy.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just trying to see now what his actual name was. His actual name was Dr. Josh Richardson, but he was like really rude to her, so that's why she calls him Dr. Dick. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was like Dr. Dick because she got dick down.
Well, but yeah, that one is like the 3rd book in that series. The first one is about Lindsay's best friend. So it sort of started with this romance author who is using a mechanics automotive repair shop as her writing office, we'll say. Because she likes the atmosphere, she likes the bakery that's, there. I don't know. I never read it. I just know enough about it because I read the description or whatever. But it's also on Passion Flix. I think
what is that?
It's basically Netflix for like romance. Like it's all like steamy romance. Passion Flix.
I've never heard of this. That is
I may have gotten the free trial to watch part of that movie.
Of course you did.
No regrets.
No.
So anyways, that was my first book read. What have you read this month?
Oh my god. So I really did not do very much this month. And I know I keep saying that almost every single month, but
You've had a lot going on these last couple months, though.
That is true. That is true. So, my first read of the month was A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. We have talked this book to death almost
for good
every
reason.
Episode. It deserves the hype.
Yeah.
But I cannot read out the description because literally it's complete spoilers.
Yeah.
Like the very first line, it's just a
Basically
spoiler.
tells what,
Yep.
how things ended in the first book.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to talk about that.
Oh, but it's so good. Oh, that chapter. That chapter. So worth the wait.
Okay, hold on. So, for anybody who literally is just popping in and listening to us now, this is a fantasy romance, 624 pages. Is it really that big?
It's a big book.
Yeah, okay, I can see
I don't
that.
know because she's currently out there with you.
It's true. I got her right here. Yeah, she's pretty similar to the size of A Court of Wings and Ruin. So, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
624 pages. I finished, okay, that chapter you told me about, I was reading that on the plane, being
Oh, were you?
squat up against the wall next to two people.
Oh, no.
But it was fine. I just kind of like, I kind of just sat there like back towards like the wall, like, you know, like leaning away from the people, and I just like kept the words like this way, like I didn't want a chance anybody seeing what I was reading.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, but well worth the wait.
Mm-hmm.
Well worth the wait. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. There's so much I want to say.
I know.
Oh.
I felt like I was the problem when I started liking Reese right away. Like,
I know.
even back in like book one, I was like, man, like Reese like just showed up. He like almost killed people. Like, I was like, hey, why do I love you?
We all love the morally gray character.
Oh, favorite color.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I rated that a very obvious 5-star.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, that was so easy. Yeah, I want to talk about it, but I literally can't. Because anybody who's reading book one right now and is falling in love with Tamlin.
Book. Zip.
Now I understand how Ilsa felt and you, but
Yeah. See, I couldn't go into that blind. I had already seen so many TikToks and so many things on like the Facebook groups that I'm in.
Yeah.
So I already had it ruined for me. I knew who I was going to like.
Yeah.
And who I wasn't going to like. I just didn't know why.
Yeah.
So
why or when.
So there was still that like surprise factor, but on the other hand, I was just like,
oh, there it is.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, that's sad. I'm playing a very dangerous game right now, sharing so many Akatar memes or TikToks to you.
Yeah.
Because I'm seeing a lot more pop up now. So I literally had to close out a TikTok last night. I was like, I'm not doing this to myself. This is dangerous.
How far have you made it in the third book?
I haven't touched that since I got off of the plane.
Oh, okay.
Or since my first couple of days here, because I needed to focus on the featured book, and I've just been swamped.
Yeah.
So now I'm so happy to have the featured read done, because now I can go back to that book.
Yay!
Yay!
Our next featured read is going to have to be an easier on the emotions book, because we'll talk about that.
Talk about that after. What was your next read?
I started the Miles High Club series. It's by T.L. Swan. It's another romance, contemporary romance. I rated this one a 4-star.
Okay.
So I really liked it. I did. So this one is a memorable night of passion refuses to stay just a memory in this sizzling and scandalous romance from best-selling author T.L. Swan. I was upgraded to first class on a flight from London to New York. The food, champagne, the service were impeccable. The blue-eyed man sitting next to me, even better. He was suave and intelligent. We talked and laughed, and something clicked. Fate took over, and the plane was grounded, and we had an unexpected stopover for the night. With no plans, we made our own. We danced and we laughed our way through Boston and had a night of crazy passion that no woman could ever forget. That was 12 months ago, and I haven't heard from him until today. I started a new job and met the CEO. You can imagine my surprise to see those naughty blue eyes dance with delight when he saw me across the mahogany desk. But I'm not that carefree girl anymore. My life has changed. I have responsibilities. I just got an email. He wants to see me in his office for a private meeting at 8 a.m. Naughty blue eyes have no place in the workplace. What kind of private meeting does he have in mind?
Oh, we already know. I can already guess.
Yep. That, it was a good book. I read that one really fast.
You probably devoured that.
Yeah, I couldn't put it down. It was really, really good. I think I literally read that one in a day.
Oh my god. And how many pages?
521 pages.
Oh wow. For a day of reading, that's really, really good.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a good book. I was up really late.
Oh god.
Yeah, it did get a lot of good reviews. There were a few 1 stars saying that they DNF'd it and stuff, but I don't know.
Some people are so picky.
That, and I think a lot of people look at, like, red flags in novels and are all, like, you know, like, shunning the book because it has a male main character with red flags. I'm just like, the red flags are okay while they're in a novel. Yeah. It's not real.
While it's fiction, it's fine.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know. Do you have another book besides the featured read, or?
Yeah.
You do?
I do.
Okay.
This is why
I shall sit back.
This is why it took me so long, I think, to finish the featured read, because when I decided to read something else in between these 2 books, I thought I had all of this time. And then I finished this second book, and then all of a sudden I got super, super busy and couldn't read the remainder of the featured book, but I got it done after.
You did it, though.
Got it done. Yeah. I stayed up until 2 a.m. last night.
Oh, Lord.
Okay. So, like, I had high expectations going into this, so I just wanted another Nikki St. Crowe book.
Oh.
My expectations were The Vicious Lost Boys, okay? Because that is, like, that's top tier for me at this point. So I looked her up, and I was like, you know what? Like, she's got to have another killer book. So what I read was Ruthless Demon King, the Wrath and Rain series.
Okay, yeah.
Have you read it?
No.
Like, I don't know how to feel about it, because I know I set my expectations so high, and I know I need to stop doing that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was fine. I honestly don't even know what to rate it.
Oh.
Maybe a 3, I guess. I don't know. There, like, I don't think it was very spicy. Like, she tried to play off this Demon King as, like, this bad boy, like, very rude. And I mean, he was, but my brain is literally stuck with the Vicious Lost Boys, and I can't help it. Okay, let me just read it, the plot.
Okay.
Like, the plot is very interesting. Like, it's a very interesting concept for a book. Okay. I actually haven't even read this yet. Like, I just literally clicked open the book and just started reading without even reading the plot.
Oh, okay.
So, This is going to be a first for me, too. Okay. The Demon King has started a new monarchy in the United States. It used to be that the president was the most powerful person in the country. That all changed when Wrath crossed over to our world. Nothing could stop him. Nothing can kill him. Eventually, we all bowed at his altar. Now there are websites dedicated to worshiping him. Countless internet memes about how ridiculously gorgeous he is. And yeah, I can admit he's fine as hell. But he's a villain to end all villains. There's no way I'm falling to prey to that. That is until I accidentally cross paths with the Demon King. Wrath demands I bow to him. For a second, I almost do. Being around him is consuming. But dying is better than surrendering, and I refuse. Except when wrath turns his dark, dangerous power on me. It doesn't work. And now the villain is looking at me like I'm the enemy. I managed to get away, but word quickly spreads. Rain low, a nobody from a tourist town is somehow immune to the Demon King. Now wrath is hell-bent on destroying me, and those who want to destroy him are hell-bent on using me. But I'm no heroine, and I'm certainly no villain. But if I'm going to survive, I have to play the game. If the Demon King wants a fight, he's going to get one. Okay, so, like, I didn't find a whole lot of spice, and I don't know if, again, that's because Vicious Lost Boys was spicy.
Yeah, Vicious Lost Boys, I think, set the bar really high for spice. That was... Oh.
The bar is set high for everything in my life now because of the Vicious Lost Boys. But no, like, it was a good book, but it wasn't a 5-star for me.
Do you think it would have been a higher star if you read that one before The Vicious Lost Boys?
It's hard to say because my mindset is so changed now when it comes to spice.
There was Rebecca pre-Vicious Lost Boys and Rebecca post-Vicious Lost Boys. There's no going back.
The pre-Vicious Lost Boys, that Rebecca does not exist anymore.
Fair enough.
She's dead and gone. She died in the lagoon.
Oh, I need to read those again. Oh, so good.
All right, what was your next read?
My next read was my book club's book of the month, An Optimist's Guide to Heartbreak by Jennifer Harman. Oh, this book was so good. I don't think I've cried so hard reading a book in so long. So long.
Are you serious?
Yes. I rated this one a full 5 stars. Like, this was my shining star of May. It's only 294 pages, and it is on Kindle Unlimited. Okay. I have to compose myself to read this because I might start crying again. Dear Diary, there once was a girl with fireflies in her eyes and music in her soul. Remember her, she's important. She's the reason I panic bought this little brick house on Maple Street, the one I lived next door to for 8 magical years. Now that I'm back digging up floorboards and lost journals, I can't stop thinking about the 2 people who grew up here. You see, that girl was my best friend, and this house was once hers. She also had a big brother who was my everything before circumstances turned us into nothing more than memories. That's why I applied for a job at his auto shop. I'm prepared to discover that my new boss, Cal Bishop, is now gruff, built, and covered in tattoos. I'm the sun to his overcast sky, the smile to his surly solitude, a reminder of everything he longs to forget. But my heart has a secret, and we're running out of time to fix the torn pages. Maybe the same girl who used to be the glue still holds the key to putting our pieces back together. See, I told you she was important. Toodles, Lucy.
Okay, that's so cute.
It's book 1 out of a duet. There's 2 books. Second book is A Pessimist's Guide to Love.
Is that maybe from his point of view?
There is more from his, like, they're both dual perspective, I believe.
Okay.
But yeah, it's 5 big shiny stars. It was so good. I read this book so fast. I couldn't leave it. It does end on a cliffhanger, so you will want to go right into the second book.
Oh, you immediately picked up book 2?
Immediately. I read the last page of book 1, and I downloaded book 2, and I started again.
I love when a book has that firm of a grip on you. Oh my god.
Yeah. But the problem with reading book after book like that is, like, I don't remember where book 1 ended. I do remember it being on a cliffhanger because I literally had to jump right into the second book. But I don't remember what parts were book 1, what parts were book 2. It just sort of all welds together.
Yeah, jumbles together.
Yeah,
gotcha.
I rated book 2 a 5 star as well.
Okay.
This one was a little bit bigger. 311 pages.
Okay, but still like a decent size, though.
It's basically a Lucy Score size book between the 2 of them mashed together. So it's not bad. Plot for this one is within the tangled roots of grief, we stand to lose so much, but no one ever acknowledges what we stand to gain. Strength, perspective, appreciation, resilience. And sometimes, every once in a while, if you're truly lucky, there's love. After an emotional cliffhanger, we finally get inside Cal's head and discover his secrets, along with more details of his tragic past that have been keeping him from Lucy. A Pessimist's Guide to Love is the final installment of the Heartsong duet, ending in a guaranteed HEA.
Okay, I love how there's no spoilers in that.
Yeah.
Like, I love that, like, if you happen across, like, the description for book 2, like, that's not going to ruin anything for book 1.
Exactly. Yeah.
I like that a lot.
I think she might be one of my favorite newly found authors.
Oh. Yeah. Dang, okay.
I've brought up C.N. Crawford so many times in this podcast. The City of Thorns holds a special place in my heart. I really enjoyed those books. I picked up Frost by her.
I don't think I've heard of it.
It's the first of the Frost and Nectar duet. It has a lot of the same elements of like the City of Thorns book. Like I kind of felt like it was a bit reminiscent of that, but then like it took a whole different sort of, I don't know, it just stopped feeling like that book and started feeling like its own after so long.
Okay.
Yes, 326 pages, and it's a fantasy romance. The Fae.
Stop.
So yeah, I can't get enough of fantasy romance now. Like, the Fae is just, it's everything. Okay, so this one I rated 4 stars. I probably would have rated it a full 5 if, I don't know, the main character sort of rubbed on me a little bit every now and then.
Yeah.
But I still really enjoy the book. So the plot for this one: on the worst birthday of my life, I come home to find my boyfriend in bed with another woman. Within hours, I'm drunk, homeless, and pledging to stay single forever. And that is when the dangerously sexy Seelie King rolls through town looking for fae like me. Every generation, the king holds a competition for Seelie Queen. But for reasons he won't explain, Torn is looking for a charade, not a real marriage. So when I drunkenly sling insults his way, I have his attention. When Torn offers me $50 million to participate, I think, what have I got to lose? The answer turns out to be my life, because my competition will literally kill for the crown. And the more time I spend with the seductive king, the harder it becomes to remember it's all supposed to be fake. Now, my life and my heart are on the line. So this is really interesting because, again, it's in, like, modern times, you know, everybody's got their phones, got their dating apps, they've got their social media.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
It's really interesting to see because the premise of this book is like this dating show.
Okay.
Is recording for television this whole competition that the king has to find his queen. So it was really neat, like how, you know, it's like every other real reality show that, you know, is on TV now, but it's like a game show. I don't know. It's really, it's so interesting. Again, another one that I have literally jumped right into book 2. I couldn't wait. It ended on another cliffhanger.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, not all is as it seems with the first book.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, really, really good. So, I guess that's it for books other than our featured read.
Yeah. Yep, I didn't have anything else read, so.
Okay. Well, then you can...
I'll take it from here.
There we go. Those are the words I was looking for.
Okay. So our featured read for May was Dark Places by Gillian Flynn. This was a lot different than what we normally go for.
Yeah, very dark.
A lot darker than our dark romance, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So this was a mystery, thriller, suspense. It was like 500 and something pages was our copy, but I think like regular size books, it's only like 349 pages. So the plot. Libby Day was just 7 years old when her evidence put her 15-year-old brother behind bars. Since then, she has been drifting, But when she is contacted by a group who are convinced of Ben's innocence, Libby starts to ask questions she never dared to before. Was the voice she heard her brother's? Ben was a misfit in their small town, but was he capable of murder? Are there secrets to uncover at the family farm, or is Libby deluding herself because she wants her brother back? She begins to realize that everyone in her family had something to hide that day, especially Ben. Now, 24 years later, the truth is going to be even harder to find. Who did massacre the Day family? So, first, we'll discuss this spoiler-free, and then if anybody actually has read this book, you can stick around for the end and wait till we let you know when to get out, because we will discuss it with lots of spoilers.
Oh, yes. I know for a fact that I'm gonna, like, flip out. I need to get so much of this off my chest. So what did you think of it? Like, what were your feelings going into this?
Okay, well, first off, I think I'm gonna say I rated it like I'm gonna say a 4. Not because it was, like, lacking anything. Like, it was very, very good. But I think it's just I like to keep my 5 stars for, you know, like, my books that I like, you know. So anyway, there were so many aspects of this that I literally loved. Like, each chapter, how it went back from saying, like, Libby now, and then it would go to Ben, mom, and how each time frame was just counting down or counting up, technically.
Oh, I had so much anxiety reading this book because of that. Every time it was saying, like, 4 o'clock on January the 2nd. I was like,
we're getting there.
We're getting so close.
And then it would just, like, at the end of each chapter, it would end on such, like, a cliffhanger, and then it would just bounce back to now. And then it would go to the mom's point of view. And then, like, we'd have to wait so many chapters to get back to, like, where that left off. Oh my god.
She did such a phenomenal job writing this book. I was stomach sick. I was nervous. I was afraid. And I don't even know how to explain a lot of the feelings that I was feeling.
I don't know how we're going to talk about this without having spoilers.
Yeah, it's going to be hard.
Because, like...
Who was your favorite character out of all the characters that we've met in this?
Honestly, I think Lyle.
I was going to say Lyle. Oh, he had, like, such good energy through the whole... the whole book. And the way, like... Oh... The part, I mean, it's not a spoiler, but the part when he talks about his birthday party, when he invites Libby to his birthday party, I wanted to cry.
He was like, yeah, that's why I'm inviting you.
Yeah.
It was so
my
sweet.
heart, that poor boy.
Yeah. I don't know where to, like, start with all of this.
I really liked how it started out. I should have brought my book down with me, but... I have it highlighted anyways. The way that she brings such visuals to her writing is unsettling, that somebody can form these words and make you feel it. It's... Okay, I just have to read it out. A couple sentences that really stuck with me right off the bat was, I have a meanness inside of me, real as an organ. Slit me at my belly and it might slide out, meaty and dark, drop on the floor so you could stomp on it.
Yep.
Oh, I don't like visualizing that, Gillian. Put that away.
Put it back in your stomach.
Oh, it was... I rated it a 4 star as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was... Yeah, it's a very worthy book of a 4-star rating.
Yeah.
But it's funny that, like, the first thing that you bring up is, like, her descriptions. Because the very first thing that I noted was her use of, like, similes. And they were so perfectly described.
It's funny because one of the reviews that I had read, even before going into this book, even before we picked it as a featured read, was the review that I had read had said that they highly suggest reading this surrounded by happy people in the sunlight. Because, like, this book feels like it's a living thing inside of you.
Wow.
That it's just going to contaminate you. I could understand that because I was reading this and I was like I could not think about it. It was on my mind.
That's such a perfect description for how that book makes you feel, because I was reading that during one of my night shifts. It was
Oh,
like such a
that's spooky.
I was awake from like midnight until 8 a.m. and I was reading some of it then. If I was in, and it's like 24-hour daylight up here right now, so like if it was dark,
If this was like in the winter.
if this was in the winter that I was reading this, I would not be mentally okay. So like last night, I was awake until 2 a.m. finishing it. The sunlight was blaring in, like it was so hot in here, like it was fine. I felt like it was a very bright, sunny day. So yes, I felt fine.
Yeah. I was, for the most part, listening to the audiobook for this one.
Yes, I forgot.
Because as I was working at the inn, just cleaning the rooms over the weekends, I'd have my earbuds in and I'd be going to town, cleaning the rooms, listening to this. I'm just so happy that like nobody could hear what I was listening to, because some of these chapters would have scared the daylights out of some people. It'd be like, what the heck is she listening to?
When it described the scene of the massacre,
oh Lord,
was that through your ears or did you read it?
That part. You mean like the end of the book?
No,
you mean like at the start?
Yeah,
like closer to the beginning.
When it
that was like I was reading that part.
Okay.
It wasn't until about the halfway mark that I started listening to the audiobook, because I knew that like I had to get this book read, and I couldn't do it while I was working, so I was like, okay, earbuds in, let's go.
Smart.
But the last couple chapters was narrated.
So how was that?
First off, the narration was done by Rebecca Lohman, Cassandra Campbell, and Mark Deakins, and Robertson Dean. And it was incredible to listen to.
Yeah?
Incredible. A lot of audiobooks that I've read felt like it was robotic almost. Like they didn't put a whole lot of feeling into it. But this, oh my Lord, like I can't even explain how it made me feel listening to this book. It was phenomenal. Like, it's worth, like, just, Rebecca, like, you have to sign into my Audible, just listen to a couple of chapters of it, because it's an experience. It really is.
And see, I think, I could never, ever get into audiobooks, and I think that's why, because the one or two that I tried to listen to were very robotic, and I was like, this is going too slow for me. I can't understand,
yeah,
I couldn't get into it.
This won't be like that.
Okay, maybe I will start having to listen to some audiobooks.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, what was your thought process when they were trying to figure out who actually murdered the family? Like, did you right from the get-go believe that it was Ben?
I did not think that Ben was murdered. Like, right from the start, there's no way this kid did this. But then throughout the book, I was like, oh my God, maybe he did. And then I was like, maybe it was this other person. And then thinking it was totally unrelated. Like, I went back and forth so much. And even still, the ending is not what you would expect.
No.
I don't know how anybody could predict that ending.
No. Even the last chapter of the mom and the way she was talking before she went to bed, I knew something was weird, but I didn't expect that to happen.
Yeah.
How do we talk about this without spoilers? No, okay, but either way, yeah, I was all over the place. Every time that they would suggest somebody else, I was like, yeah, like that makes sense. That's who it was. Yep, done. Don't need to read it anymore. That's who it is.
That's who it was. Yeah.
But the turn that it took, wow. But like that other
and then when that last chapter was narrated, when that last chapter was in the point of view of that one other person,
right? Like, why why put something in so random as that if it's not going to have some relation?
And
Me
it
neither.
was like right there, a slap in the face earlier in the book.
That didn't happen.
Yep. But I never thought. Even when he showed up, I was like, nope. That didn't happen. Oh, she's so good.
But like, oh my god, and like when she went to I can't say it.
Oh, yeah.
When she went there,
I can still hear you a little.
I'll have to cut that in. When she went there,
Yeah.
anxiety was through the friggin' roof. I did not expect that to take that turn.
No. And I was so happy for her.
Same. Yeah. And then, but I loved the ending. I feel like everything came together at the end. Well, like the last, like Libby's last chapter.
Yeah.
When she went to her aunt's place.
Yeah. Oh.
That was.
I felt so. Oh. Yeah.
That was the piece that we needed. And then where she ended up after that.
Yeah.
That was the piece we needed after such a roller coaster of a book.
Roller coaster. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is one way to put it. Holy crap.
Like
I will be thinking about this book for years. Like that's not going anywhere.
No. Like it's just so sad because like that has definitely happened. That's happened. Like people have actually experienced that. Like, oh my god.
Did you read the acknowledgments in the back of the book?
I briefly scanned.
Do you have the book there?
Mm-hmm.
Pop it open to you till you find the part where she thanks her husband.
Oh, I
And just read that out.
I read the part about her thanking her mom, and she was like, next time we'll try to write a mom who isn't either A, crazy, or B, murdered.
Killed, yeah.
Finally, thanks to my brilliant, funny, giant-hearted, super hot husband, Brett Nolan. What do I say to a man who knows how I think and still sleeps next to me with the lights off? To a man who asks me the questions that help me find my way, who reads voraciously, makes a mean gumbo, looks smart in a tux, and whistles better than Bing? To a man who's as old school cool as Nick Charles, for crying out loud. What do I say but us? 2 words.
I know.
What's the 2 words?
I don't know. I want to know.
What's the 2 words, Gillian?
I'm sorry if I just ruined your day.
Leaving us on a cliffhanger here. Yeah, for it being such a different, dark book than what we're used to, I did really enjoy it, though.
Yeah. It took me a little bit at the start.
Mm-hmm.
I found I kind of had a hard time because I didn't really like Libby.
Yeah.
But, I mean, she was through so much.
She got some trauma. I just read a review and it said, yo, this book freaky. Ben real creepy and Libby kinda dumb.
Yeah. I read that one too. Oh, it's too good. Yo.
Gillian Flynn scares me.
Man, like how does she come up with this? Between this, Gone Girl and Sharp Objects, like her brain is a scary place to be, I bet.
Yep. Oh man.
But I like how she said, I was raised feral and I mostly stayed that way.
Yep. Oh my. Oh, I loved it though.
So I think that's pretty well all we can say that's spoiler free. I just want to get to the part where we can start yelling and screaming about this.
I know.
Bye.
Roll the credits. We're done. Yeah.
I think there's a little bit more that we need to talk about first, though. Out of the books that you have read this month, do you have a favorite author of the month?
I don't know. It's so hard. I have so many to choose from. I can't. The whole
You poor thing.
3 authors. I don't know. Um, well, no, like I'm gonna have to just say Sarah J. Maas again because compared
Yeah.
to, I mean, Gillian's writing was phenomenal, but again, it's not my type of book that I really, really love.
Hmm.
So it's like,
So you wouldn't like outwardly go and look for more books by her to read.
I need a bit of time.
Yeah.
I need some healing first.
You need
Because,
to read some more smut first.
yeah, my brain needs to be in a happy place for a little bit before I can put it back through the dark places like that.
I understand that.
But I am not, like, again, for me and us not being big into dark reads like that, her writing was absolutely phenomenal. So I'm literally, I don't want to take that away from her, but just me being me, I'm just going to say Sarah J. Maas because
That's your jam right now.
that is my peanut butter and jam right there.
Impressive.
How about you?
I think I might have to actually say Jennifer Hartman this month. And again, I feel the same way about Gillian Flynn. Like, I really feel like she could easily be my favorite author of the month, but again, it's just not our
It's not our
genre.
cup of tea.
Yeah, but oh man. But either way, Jennifer Hartman, I think she's one that I'm going to actually like seek out more books by her.
Yeah. I love that. You
Yeah.
should. I want to read more of Nikki St. Crowe. I'm going to give her other series a try, like the vampire one, I believe it is.
Ooh, let me know when you start that because we'll buddy read it.
Okay.
If we just make it a featured book at some point.
We could, yep. Might get another message from Nikki St. Crowe on Instagram if it does that. Definitely. Some quality content right there. Okay.
So, don't forget, listeners, that we will be we'll be posting our featured read tomorrow. So, on June 1st. I can't believe we're into June.
Outrageous.
That blows my mind. We're going into our 6th month of recording.
Crazy.
We're almost half a year old.
That's actually insane. Thank you for anybody who has been listening to us babble for these long 5 months now.
10 episodes of us just shooting shit and people listening. Like, what the hell?
You guys are great for sticking with us.
And we do have a giveaway going on to thank everybody for following us and listening to us. That's on our Instagram. It's just a few posts down. You just do a little scrolly scroll.
So for anybody who has not read Dark Places, get out now because we're going to play the outro and then it's going to be filled with spoilers and we're going to ruin a book for you.
And then go read the book and then come back.
And then come back.
Because it is highly, highly recommended by us.
By us.
By a lot of people, I'm sure, but by us.
All right. Well, thanks for listening.
Thank you. Toodles.
Bye.
Yeah. So that freaking book.
Oh.
Holy crap.
My God.
Did you have any inkling that it was Deandra and Charlie? Like, at what point did you clue into what was going on?
I mean, I knew she was batshit crazy the whole time, like literally insane. But I started maybe getting like a little bit of a gut feeling after she found out that she was pregnant and she was just fucked.
Yeah.
My jaw dropped when she was like, shh, like, feel the baby kick. Like, out of friggin' nowhere.
I know. Out of nowhere. I was just like, no, they did not just do that to us.
So at that point, I was like,
What?
okay. I was like, she's either absolutely insane and she's making this up. Part of me kind of thought that it was Trey.
I 100% thought it was Trey's.
Because, I mean, if you're able to go out and kill cows, like, you got it in you to kill some people.
Look at what Ben did to those cows. Or what he envisioned that he was doing to those cows.
Okay,
like
so
he had that in him, too.
That's true. He does have dark in him. When that scene ended and it was, like, about him, like, I thought he killed Deandra and Trey.
Yeah.
Like, I literally read it, like, 3 times. I was like, wait. Because it said, like, he was just standing in a field of corpses. And I was like, hold on.
Yeah, I thought it was going to end up. Because he was, like, absolutely blitzed out of his mind, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought, like, because I know it said when they started, like, that part, that he was playing it in his head, that, like, this is what was happening, but it was all in his head. I thought that it was actually happening, and he was actually doing this.
Yep, same.
Just thinking that he was, doing it in his head.
Yeah.
Same. That book took me on such a wild roller coaster.
And then also, I thought that Trey was going to end up being the father of her kid.
Baby daddy. I did. 100% I thought it was. Yeah.
Because, like they're cousins, right? I'm pretty sure they were cousins. But when Ben was in the back seat and Deandra and Trey were up front and Trey, like, leans over Deandra. Hold on, I got the quote here. Hold on. Trey reached over Deandra into the glove compartment, here, grazing Deandra's baby belly, them both giving weird smiles again.
Yeah.
There was
a lot of, there was a lot of parts in that they had this inside thing going on.
Yeah.
So,
like, when they got back to her house after the cow killing, and, like, she just strips down and not wearing any underwear, and, like, when Trey's stripping down, he's just, like, looking at her as he's taking his clothes off. I was like, this is giving me the ick. Like, I want to leave.
Yeah, it bothered me a lot.
Yeah. Who did you think it was, like, from the, like, as that was going on?
As it was going on, I thought it was going to be Trey. I thought him and a part of me thought Deandra, because I knew that it was 2 people. Like, they say that right from the bat, that it was 2 people. As the book was going through and we were finding out more about Ben and what he was doing and what he was being accused of and all that, I thought, well, he's after getting into these drugs that are apparently, like, top tier according to Trey and Deandra, that maybe he just absolutely snapped, went batshit crazy, and he was part of it. Which he kind of...
I mean... Yes,
he was
just
in the room with Deandra while, and he didn't do anything. Like, I get that she was a little shit to him, and he, he really didn't like Michelle. But like, to just stand there while your sister,
and he just had his hands on her shoulder.
Yeah, like there was something,
Oh. Yeah, but honestly, after that, like, my favorite thing that Ben did was when he went out to look for Libby, he seen her. And he was like, stay right there where you are, sweetheart. Yeah. Like.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I know, because it's funny seeing that scene at the end of the book, knowing what had just happened, versus when that scene is brought up at the beginning, when she's hiding, and it's like from her own flashback of how she was like so well hidden in these bushes and stuff, and how it sounded more like he was telling her to stay there so that he could find her.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's
That
how
was the
she
feeling.
that's how she interpreted it. Yeah.
And then at the end to know that he's seen where she was too, and he was literally telling her to stay there.
Yeah.
Don't come back. Like, oh my God. And that's like when his mother, but how she went to bed in such like a calmness that.
Yeah.
So you got that feeling like, oh, she's got something done. I thought it was going to be like an insurance job on the house. I thought that they were going to set a fire or something. And
yeah. Yeah.
That was extreme.
And like part of me at this point was like, man, like, is she just going to literally like, did she plan somebody to like come kill her entire family? Mm-hmm. Like that's another thing that I thought too.
I don't know. I don't think that she did. I don't think that was the plan at all. I'm pretty sure he showed up like, I don't know. I still can't imagine leaving my kids like that.
No.
But, I mean, she was desperate and she knew that Diane would take care of them, so.
Yeah, that's true.
But, oh my God, how that night spiraled.
Chaotic. Like, for two killings to be going on at the exact same moment. But, like, I wonder what would have happened if Calvin, like the guy who was doing the murdering.
Oh, I called him Charlie earlier. I thought it was Charlie.
It was fine.
Oh, well.
Like, he stopped outside of Michelle's bedroom door as, like, he didn't go into the bedroom where Deandra was literally, like, killing Michelle. Yeah. Like, I wonder what would have transpired if he actually did open up that door.
He probably would have had to kill them. Because he said, like, he was killing Debbie because she's seen his face and nobody can see his face.
Holy shit. That would have been insane.
Yeah. Oh, but oh my God, the way that she described when he, like, took the shotgun.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And the noises that was coming out of. So that part was especially gruesome when you're listening to it being read, because the voice actors actually, like, verbally made the noise.
Oh, jeez.
That Patty had made, like, the weird, like, I know that they described it in the book, like a crow or like a bird noise or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I really think I need therapy now.
Ugh. Oh God. Okay. Yeah. Anyway. Yep. But another thing, like when she went to Deandra's house, that I was not expecting that.
No. I still thought it was a really bad idea that Lyle wasn't going with her.
Yeah.
I was like, why did she not have Lyle go with her? Like, I know he screwed up when she was talking to Chrissy. I know, like, that, that was a whole other thing, too. The whole Chrissy thing. But anyways.
Oh, God.
But he, I think, did good when they went to talk to Trey.
Oh, 100%. He was very...
Right? Yep. Yeah, like, she even mentioned that he was obviously keeping his, keeping himself calm and not, like, butting in much and stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why she didn't take him to Deandra's. I know she explained it or whatever to him, but I still don't think that was the right move. Obviously.
She was, I mean, even with her going to see Runner, like, I know that he's your father, but, like, don't be in a tight space with him by yourself. Oh my God, especially if you're thinking that he killed your family. Yeah.
Yeah. He gave me the heebie-jeebies right from the get-go.
He was too close.
I feel so bad for Libby because when she seen Ben's daughter and how, like, she was comparing, how she looked like her and, I was just like, this is so nice. She has... Yeah. And even family. She mentions how the Day family is getting bigger, that, then all that shit happened. I was just like, oh. I like how she kind of left... Is it Crystal? That was her name, right? Crystal.
Yeah. Like left her out of it?
Kind of protecting her. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because I mean, she is still family. Like at least she could understand why she did what she did because she was Crystal was protecting her family at this point, right? Like her and her mom, and obviously Crystal's got to have some batshit genes in her because she's related to Deandra. Oh my god. But okay, besides all of that, the Chrissy thing. That was so weird.
Yeah.
So she was 10 years old.
Yeah.
And Ben was
15. She was 11, I think. Or
was
she
it was
almost
4
11?
years. I think it was 4 years.
4 years in difference. Yeah.
But like, you look at a 11-year-old.
Yeah.
And you look at a 15-year-old.
That's what the sheriff or whoever it was explaining. They're saying like, yeah, it's only 4 years, but those 4 years in that age is detrimental.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just...
It was really, really weird. That's the point where I started thinking, okay, yeah, Ben is pretty crap.
Yeah, for him to be getting random erections and to be looking at a 11-year-old like this, just
yeah,
you got to have some dark places.
Yeah, like I know being a teenager is confusing and there's a whole lot that you have to deal with, but that is not a normal teenager thing.
No. No. But I still loved the ending though, like how it ended with her going back to where their farm was, and it seemed like a very peaceful way to end it.
Yeah, seeing other people taking it over, and that was really nice. It was a nice closure, I think.
We needed that after all of the darkness.
Yep. So again, highly, highly recommend this book.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Like, even if you're not into dark things, read it, because it's still the writing, the descriptions, the plot, oh my god, the twists and turns, completely worth it.
Yeah. And the audiobook. If you have Audible, I highly recommend getting the audiobook.
For a chilling experience.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, thanks to whoever stuck around to listen to our spoilers. All right. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Thanks for tuning in.
Okay, bye.
Toodles.